Believe it or not, the Nissan Z sports car is now 55 years old, and Nissan loves doing special edition models to commemorate moments like this, which is why the 2024 Nissan Z has just gotten its first special edition since being introduced as a new model. This is the 2024 Nissan Z Heritage Edition, and this is one of the first walk-around reviews that you're going to see of this car. It's a really interesting version of the Z. There's some unique exterior touches here on this car. We're going to go through and talk about them all, and whether or not this is worth it for Nissan Z collectors who really want to show people that they love the Nissan Z. So let's get into it. The first thing you're going to notice is the color. It's called New Sight Orange. Now, Nissan is not saying that this is the exact color that came on the 1969 Datsun 240Z, but it is a close representation. You know, the way that new body panels are and stuff like that, the way that you have to paint new cars today means that no color being brought back from the past is going to be exactly alike, but this does look very reminiscent of what the original Datsun 240Z looked like, and it does look really good on the 2024 Z. You will not be able to get this color on any other trim level. Another thing that you won't be able to get on any other trim level is this grille. Now, when the Z first launched as a prototype, it had this big open grille, which I had no problems with, but some people weren't the biggest fans of, and even the production car toned that down a little bit. People still weren't the biggest fans of it, but the Heritage Edition is going to get this split grille. You can see that there's the body color piece right here, and then it is split into two. Now, this is the only Nissan Z that is going to be getting this grille. It will be interesting to see if enough people like this. Who knows? Maybe they could decide to facelift the entire lineup and go ahead and do something like this. But I do think it looks really good on this car, and we've never seen anything like that before so far on the Z. You're also going to get some decals, so you can see this big matte hood decal. It has the word S30 on it, and if you're a true Nissan nerd enthusiast, you're going to know that S30 was the model code of the original Datsun 240Z. Now, elsewhere on the interior, we've got some unique 19-inch wheels that, again, are modeled to look like the ones that you used to get on the Datsun 240Z. You can see kind of the same-ish spoke pattern that you used to get on that car, along with a red brake caliper. Part of me wishes that they would have painted that the same orange to match, but you could probably do that very easily yourself in the aftermarket. You're also going to be getting a decal down here that just says Z with a black stripe. And then over here on the Z logos, you'll have little decals that are going to read Heritage Edition, letting people know that you have a special Z that others do not have. That stripe continues here on the back on the back trunk, and as well on the hood. Trunk space is going to be very good, just like it is on the regular Z, so no changes there. You do get a small lip spoiler. This is based on the Z Performance trim, so not a huge number of changes compared to that car visually, other than, you know, the Heritage Edition changes, but the actual trim itself is going to be the same. And we're going to see that here on the inside, where unfortunately, this special edition doesn't have any changes on the inside. It's going to be exactly the same as a regular Z Performance, meaning you're going to be getting black leather on the outside, suede in the middle, sport seats, so not the ones that you're going to be getting in the Z Nismo. Now, the thing that is different between this and the Z Nismo is you can still get the Heritage Edition with a 6-speed manual transmission. The 9-speed automatic transmission is optional as well. But then everything else that you see in here is pretty much the same. I really wish that they would have done maybe a little orange accent on the stitching, maybe something embossed on the headrest saying that you have a Heritage Edition, because from in here, you are literally just getting standard Z stuff. You have the same Z tachometer that you can program to be a couple of different styles. You have the same analog gauges here that you can find on any other Z. And you have the 9-inch touchscreen here that, again, you find on other Z models. Not the 8-inch that you get on the base Z, but the 9-inch that you get on the Z Performance, as well as the automatic climate control. So they did at least base this off of the nicer Z trim out of the two. But as we'll see, the pricing is going to reflect that when you get into that. So that's pretty much the sum of the parts here on the Z Heritage Edition, and you're probably wondering how much you're going to be paying for all of this. So a Z Performance on which this is based is around $52,000, $53,000, not including destination. The Z Heritage Edition is just under 60 grand. It's about 59 and some change. Now that is a little bit less than the Z Nismo, but the Z Nismo gets some noticeable upgrades. You get a body kit, you get bigger brakes, you get spoilers, you get Recaro seats, you get a more powerful engine, although it is only hooked up to an automatic transmission for about 64 or 65 grand. So for just under 60 grand, you're getting this Z Heritage Edition. Probably is going to drive the same as a Z Performance, but you do get some unique visual touches that you're not going to be getting on any other Z, including the Nismo. So it kind of splits the pricing difference between the Z Performance and the Z Nismo, because there is a huge jump in price between those two, although this does lean a little bit closer than the Nismo for my liking. Let me know in the comments if you love what Nissan did here with the Z Heritage. Would you consider buying one, or would you probably just get the Z Performance, or would you spend a little extra and go for the Z Nismo? I'm really interested to hear your thoughts. As always, be sure to leave a like, subscribe, and ring that notification bell to be alerted of our latest videos, and I'll see you next time.